About 10 years ago, I told a good friend of mine that I was moving my family from Arizona to southeastern Idaho. And the very first thing he said to me is, "I hope you like snow." A moment too soon. Before I go through the snowblower and make sure it's going to last another hard winter, I need to make some quick improvements to the kids' sled so it's a little bit safer than it was last week. After nearly 10 years, I've learned to enjoy being outside in the snow, especially when my kids are involved, but the last thing that I want to have happen is my kids get injured because of neglect on my part. So I'm going to throw a little bit of steel at the sled to make sure that the sled doesn't slide into the back of the four-wheeler when I'm dragging the kids around in the sled. So the shop is rapidly becoming the family's favorite place to hang out here. We've worked hard to make it very comfortable for the family and for any guests that come and stay, including my wife's parents who are getting a little bit older, and we also want them to be very comfortable whenever they're here.
Which leads us to our new favorite chair, the Flexispot XL6. If you're like us and have elderly people around or people with limited mobility, this recliner is perfect.
The recliner boxes showed up to our front door and was very easy and quick to get assembled.
Flexispot has dual motors with independent control of the backrest and the footrest that allows you to adjust both to any position and angle you prefer and even recline nearly flat to 180 degrees.
There are 4 different size options available and it surpasses other lift chairs on the market. This affordable chair comes with massage and heating functions, which I loved.
It's super comfortable and great for anybody who spends long hours in their chair or at their desk.
The chair is highly effective in relieving pain by elevating the legs with the footrest and placing the complementary pillow under the legs for added support. It improves blood circulation and helps alleviate pain.
It comes with USB charging ports and convenient side pockets and costs around $500.
Check out the link in the description and use the code REDPOPPYRANCH for $50 off a recliner, or you can get $100 off of 2 recliners.
Plus, don't forget Flexispot's New Year's sale for more discounts. Thanks again, Flexispot, for sponsoring this video. $26, you gotta let me scratch your neck. Come on. Nothing's gonna hurt you. Good boy. It's okay. You're all right. I want to make this snowblower last as long as it can, and I think it'll last a long time, but what occasionally happens, because of the gravel that I put down around here, rocks about that size get picked up by the impeller. It'll bind, trying to get the rock out of there, and if I'm lucky, it just stops everything and I have to get out and unjam the rock. But on a couple different occasions now, it's broken the master link in the chain, which seems to be the kind of the safety in the literally the weak link in the chain in the system. And so the idea is I ran down to the local scrap yard a couple of days ago, and I picked up 2 pieces of 3-inch angle iron, and I'm gonna basically make some skis. I'm gonna put a little upturn on one end, and I'm gonna use the angle iron to set the snowblower at a flat plane, hopefully right about 2 inches off the ground, and that should be enough to where I run over these rocks instead of pick them up. During the summer months, I try to pick up any rocks that I actually see and I think could end up in my snowblower, because it's painful, especially if you happen to be right smack dab in the middle of a snowstorm and it breaks down on you. So by putting the skis on it, my hope is that I resolve a couple of issues, and I also use the skis as the wear point instead of the snowblower. So here we go. Not too many years ago, that kid went through the barbed wire fence right here, and buddy, you've definitely gotten better. Wasn't it like 2 years ago you went right through the barbed wire fence?
No, I'm making it all the way down here.
Now we just need to build a ramp. We just need to build a ramp over the fence.
We can try it over there.
That was your best one I've ever seen you do. So the skis on the front of the snowblower are pretty self-explanatory, but I am a little bit concerned that they're going to get bent and twisted up with the weight of the skid steer and the snowblower combined. So far, the new skis lift the snowblower up just enough to leave a tiny bit of snow behind and miss the big rocks. About 3 months ago, I had 3 loads of gravel delivered over here, and in that gravel are fist-sized chunks of rock. And so far, the snowblowers avoided all of them. The place where I have stacked our firewood for the last 5 years is almost out of firewood. This firewood here has been curing for a few years, and as you can see, it's pretty dang hard. But this is the last of our firewood that we're going to keep right here in this corner, because I've got some big plans for this space. It's real simple, but we all know the drill around here. If we want to be comfortable inside the house, we have to have firewood to burn, which means somebody has to cut and split and stack the firewood. To me, it's the shortest distance between 2 points, simply burning wood in a wood stove. There aren't too many points of failure between the wood and the wood stove and the actual heat that comes off the stove, and for me, this is what I call dependable. And if you're paying attention at all, dependability is pretty fragile in the modern world. I really hope as our kids grow up with this experience that we call life, that they realize that things don't have to be complicated. There's nothing wrong with hard work and simple things, especially when done effectively. All that I can hope as a father of 5 kids is that somehow Cedar and I have created enough substance for them to get through this life with. And by substance, I mean things like character and discipline and integrity and honesty and my personal favorite, hard work. Stop. I have piles of maple firewood all around our property, but when the snow gets deep, clearly it gets a little bit harder to get access to the firewood. Normally this time of year, 1st of January, it gets bone chilling cold for a week or two. This particular year, it was in the high 40s. But still in the back of my head, I keep telling myself, if I want to sleep a little bit better at night, I'll get all the firewood gathered up and brought down to the house. The rock trailer, while being used for firewood, is still more than capable. And it's just big enough without being too big to get a load of firewood up the driveway and then stacked. We now have enough snow on the ground where I have to be careful with a trailer load like this because it could easily push my truck down the hill, and because I don't have the trailer brakes wired up on this trailer, I'm going to take it extra slow. This is the place where I'm going to stack the firewood while I figure out what I'm going to do with the old opening there on the side of the shop. This is close enough to the house where I can keep the log splitter over here and have a degree or two of separation from the firewood while still being able to get to the firewood and get it in the house without too much work. Happy New Year's to you and yours, and thank you for taking time to stop by and check on us. We will see you guys in a week.